Investigators are launching a new high-tech search today for a plane that disappeared more than 10 years ago. The Malaysia Airlines flight vanished from radar over the Indian Ocean with 239 people on board. Now Malaysia's Transport Ministry says a Texas-based marine robotics firm is starting a new deep-sea search for the missing plane. Let's bring in ABC News contributor and aviation analyst John Nance for more. Hi, John. So Ocean Infinity tried to find this plane back in 2018. Now they say they have new equipment that can map up to 6,000 meters below the seabed. How much of a difference do you think that could make here?
That's going to make quite a difference, I think. My feeling is that the plane is partially intact, and so they should be able, with that equipment, to find something that large, even 2 miles down underwater. But this company has been doing a lot more than just building new equipment. They've also been analyzing, to a great extent, all the things over the last 10 years that have come to the fore. And one of them is the idea that the airplane was purposefully ditched in the water, and, as I say, would be found as a unit.
John, this plane disappeared in 2014. How hard is it to find a wreckage that's presumably been underwater all this time?
Corrosion is going to be a big problem, and just exactly how much that's going to affect the fuselage or the wings, of course, we don't know until we see it. But this is salt water. In addition, the fact is that you've got over 2 miles of water that you're looking in and under. And it's really easy to skip past some of the topographical features, if you will, and not see things that are shadowed by maybe a ridge. So that's where the submersible robots that they have put together are going to be very useful to get down to the area that they have any suspicions of and look for the airplane.
John, the firm says it's narrowed down the search to the most likely site. So what do you think that means? What are the chances they actually find this plane this time around?
Diane, I think the thing that's changed here over the last 10 years is the recognition that this probably was not a situation where the airplane was flown until it ran out of fuel and that everybody aboard was dead. That possibly there was one person still alive, a captain of one sort or another, who ditched the airplane purposefully. And the reason that we think that is because one of the panels that washed up ashore on the other end of the Indian Ocean was absolutely from this airplane. And that would not have come off. In most cases, it's pretty much felt it would not have come off unless the airplane was in landing configuration. So what that means is that they were looking in the wrong place. They need to be hundreds of miles further back to the northeast, rather.
So what are you watching for as this search gets started, and what big answers do you think it could, questions rather, do you think it could answer?
Well, I think if they find an area that is likely to contain this wreckage of one sort or another, looking for something large that probably will be the airplane itself, as long as it hasn't deteriorated too far, that's going to be a breakthrough before they can even get down and take pictures for it. But again, I think what we had, Diane, was everybody was looking in the wrong place because the assumption was wrong.
All right, ABC News contributor, aviation analyst John Nance. We appreciate it as always, John. Thank you.
Thank you.